Hey, what's up everyone? This is watch this video for Friday, November 15th. SPY kind of hanging out at all-time highs here, very close to all-time highs. What are we watching for tomorrow? Peloton, PTON. You had that inside day. Today it topped out right at 26.26. I certainly like it through that. Switching to 15-minute candles, you can see that big pop it had yesterday. Anytime you get a pop like that and it holds up, I always try to keep an eye on it for a secondary pop. So that one's on watch. BE, but you kind of have a little cup and handle after this. I call this an island down here after this big gap down. And it's kind of, here's the handle. It's kind of flirting with breaking that hole number 6, which is kind of the high of the island. But actually 611 is the high. So through 6, we get up into the gap. That makes that one kind of interesting. The letter I, another ugly day, just a beaten up stock. You know, a few days ago, this was 23 bucks. It's been cut in half in a few days. Absolutely worth watching for a bounce tomorrow. TME down 3 days in a row, down to pretty clear support on the chart around this 1250 area. So that one goes on bounce watch. Remember, I'm just looking for trades tomorrow. I don't hold any of these overnight, and I don't take any of them unless I get an A-plus intraday setup. WKHS, Workhorse, did get that bounce today. If you're wondering, we had this on bounce watch. If you watched the video yesterday, it looked like this, right? And I thought, hey, had this big pop. It's kind of come back down to support. And if you're wondering, the idea I gave in chat today on the trade was just simply a high of day break over this 262 right here. Like it had traded for, I don't know, 30 minutes, high of day break, which would have been the first break of its opening high in several days after that big pop. And it took a while to get going, but then finally really made a nice move. This one goes back on watch for tomorrow to see if we can, it seems to certainly have nice support around that 250 area. So we'll see if we get a continuation day in it tomorrow. PIR is a thin stock. It still didn't, even with this big spike, still didn't hit a million. But had a big rally back here from 4 to 14. Came back down sideways, and then today kind of trying to break out to the upside on volume. So we'll look for a follow-through day there tomorrow. ASTC, anytime you have a 30 million share day out of the blue, when the previous day it traded 19,000 shares, that's something to get your attention. Now, I wish this had closed stronger. They did have a nice sounding headline, but when they closed this far off their highs, you end up with a lot of people underwater the next day. So I don't love it. If it would have closed, I mean, even anywhere up here over 2, I would have liked it a little bit more, but still, I want to keep that on watch. If it doesn't round trip, if it doesn't get back to where it started from, you know, in the next couple of days, I certainly think it's watching for another rally. IGT, if you were in chat today, we talked about this as a gapper. Wayne had this on his gap playlist, and I said, well, I don't really like it because it's gapping up into, you know, all this junk right here. It was set to open right here. I thought, well, I just don't like where it's gapping to. A lot of, you know, supply in this area, and then it does this. So we've come up with a new indicator. If I dismiss a stock in pre-market as putting it on my gap playlist because I don't like the, you know, where it's gapping to, that is going to be considered an A-plus setup. My dismissal will be your endorsement. How do you like that? Anyway, I am going to watch IGT for the next several days as a big breakout. MVIS, big breakout today too on strong volume. We'll see if we get any kind of follow-through day. Maybe the whole number $1 comes into play again tomorrow. Couple more. AIH, it's hard to say. AIHS. I don't trade stocks, you know, around 40 cents. I just don't. But in after hours, this is trading right now at $1.11. So it's gapping up all the way up over $1. So it will be on the gap playlist tomorrow. And then RH, I believe Berkshire Hathaway, our friend Warren Buffett, it just closed his stake in Restoration Hardware. So it closed at 175, and in after hours it was trading at trading right now at 187.65. So all the way up somewhere in here. I actually had a bid on this one in after hours for a little bit, looking for a pullback, and I didn't get it. So anyway, certainly worth watching tomorrow. We'll find some gappers in addition to the AIHS and RH. We'll find some more gappers in the pre-market, and there should be plenty to trade. Trading's been pretty darn good. So anyway, we'll have a good night. We'll see you in chat.